We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Shawn Laval Smith, guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
After less than 24 hours of deliberation, justice landed swiftly for beautiful Brianna Kupfer.
Justice will never be served because our daughter's not alive.
Creative, compassionate, the life of the party, 24-year-old UCLA grad student Brianna Kupfer was violently and randomly murdered while working alone at a luxury LA furniture store called Croft House. When Shawn Laval Smith walked in, Brianna immediately felt unsafe, texting a colleague, "Can you call me? There's someone in here that is giving me weird vibes." By the time Brianna's coworkers saw the message, Brianna was already murdered.
Brianna Kupfer was stabbed to death 46 times by that man.
The attack sent a chill through the city and all of California.
I grew up with her since I was like 9 months old until 8th grade, and she was one of my best friends in middle school, and yeah, it's just really sad.
Seen here, walking away on the store's camera just minutes after the murder. It wasn't long before the suspect was identified. Shawn Laval Smith is a career criminal who is considered armed and dangerous.
This individual responsible for this vicious, senseless, and brutal crime. It walks amongst us.
A reward climbed to $250,000. He was nabbed when someone called 911.
I see a gentleman who looks very similar to the Kupfer stabbing in LA. I'm in Pasadena currently.
Police moved quickly, handcuffing Smith and taking him in custody. The city of Los Angeles was relieved. But in court, jurors heard the horrifying details.
With her last breathing words, she's just telling him, "I can help you. I can help you. I can help you." And he's telling her, "It's over. It's over. It's over."
Making this crime even more vile, Smith recorded the whole thing.
The defendant recorded himself talking about his most vile and disgusting and grotesque thoughts about women.
Smith left behind the recorder and the murder weapon with his own DNA.
This case is so crazy. Hey everyone, DJ here. We're about to dive in a little bit more. And I want to say that when I saw this case, I was just appalled. And I feel so sad for Brianna and her family. I mean, what kind of world we live in where a woman can be alone for a minute, for an hour? What kind of world is that? How come there's so many bad people walking around? I mean, this was just a random attack. Brianna was a 24-year-old college graduate, and she's working at a furniture store, and she's just beginning her life. And this filth, this career criminal, comes in and just takes her life away for no reason at all. So let me tell you this. I always say that as a woman, you are a potential victim. It's just how it is. Because if there's 5% of bad people in the world, there are probably more than 5%. But if there's 5% in the world, that's too much. Because as a woman, you don't know who is part of the 5%. You don't know. Because criminals, they don't have any special look. Look at Ted Bundy. A lot of women thought he was handsome and tall and charming and all that. But he was a serial killer. They couldn't tell. So, because we can't tell who's good and who's bad, you have to protect yourself. You have to. You have to assume everyone is bad. And I know that's a hard way to live. But you just have to assume everyone is bad. If I'm a woman, that's the way I'm doing it. I'm a man, and that's how I live my life anyway. If you're a woman and you're listening to this podcast, I'll tell you this. Make sure you have mace with you. If you should ever be alone, make sure you have mace. Try not to be alone, ever. A lot of women have been murdered because sickos saw them living alone and decide they're going to be their next victim. A lot of women died because they were being independent and living alone. So it's best not to live alone, to be honest with you, because you don't want to be face to face with a guy like Shawn. Obviously, something is definitely wrong with Shawn because he has a long rap sheet and he obviously doesn't care about himself and he definitely don't care about anybody else. This guy was just walking around downtown looking to do something wrong. And he walked into that store and he saw Brianna and he knew he had the opportunity to do something to her. And that's exactly what he did. He looked around, there was nobody around. He did what criminals do. They take the opportunity, kill someone for no reason. I mean, what kind of human being is walking on the earth just gonna kill someone for no reason? I mean, he stabbed Brianna 46 times. I mean, usually when someone is stabbed that much times, it's usually personal. He just met the girl. He doesn't even know her. That guy's crazy. He's a psychopath. He shouldn't have been on the street. But I know the laws in the US is a double-edged sword. They can't just pick up everybody and put them in jail. But on the other hand, they allow people that's obviously crazy to be on the street. And it's a give and a take. But it's certainly not working for women. It's not working for victims. It's not working for none of us. I wish that I was there to protect Brianna. I wish I was there because her last words to Shawn was, "I can help you." Her last words were, "I can help you." Imagine she's dying and that's the last thing she's saying to save herself. And if Brianna could hear me right now, I'd say, Brianna, I'm proud of you. I'm proud. I'm proud that you tried to survive. You did good. You did good. It's just so sad that good people have to die because bad people are just walking around, just taking away their lives like it's nothing. I mean, the worst thing you can do to someone is kill them. That's the worst thing. Brianna was 24. She was just starting her adult life. And she never got a chance to live that life. And while she was saying, "I can help you," Shawn said to her, "It's over, bitch." And then he was saying all kind of nasty stuff to her while she lay there dying. A woman he don't even know, he just met. He have this much hate in his heart for her. Now I gotta say something about the district attorney. So the Los Angeles district attorney, George Gascon, announced the charges, saying in a statement, "Those who show no compassion for human life will face consequences." And that's a strong statement. But I have a bone to pick with Mr. Gascon because Gascon is a so-called progressive prosecutor, and he's one of the prosecutors who wanted to downgrade and drop charges for many criminal cases. Now, you do realize that when people commit crime and you drop the charges and you let them go, those people go back and do the same crime. So Mr. Gascon, he's part of the problem. Mr. Gascon also said that he's firmly opposed to the death penalty in all cases. So if someone kills one person or 10 people or kills a baby or anybody like that, Mr. Gascon thinks that they should not get the death penalty. I 1000% disagree. In this case, Shawn, the murderer, he should have gotten the death penalty. The sentencing hasn't happened yet. I'm sure he's going to get life in prison without parole. I'm sure about that. But this guy is going to get 3 square meals and he's going to be able to live his life on our taxpayer dollar. While Brianna was murdered and she's gone, she'll never be able to live her life or have kids or see her family ever again. And her family would be sad for the rest of their lives because beautiful family member is now murdered in the worst way. That's not fair. I believe if you could take a life, then we should take your life. It's not fair to victims, murderers, criminals get to go on and live their life. Some of them even get off. Some of them get paroled. While the dead person, there's no reprieve for them. They're gone. You know, if Brianna was my daughter, boy, I don't even know what to say. But I'm telling you, it wouldn't have been nice. I don't know. Like, if my daughter was to die, I don't know how I will go on. How could I live? What would there be to live for anymore? This case is what you called very tragic. I want to say that when I watch these cases, it affects me a lot. And I'm saddened by it. And I don't want to say thoughts and prayers and those things do nothing. I want us to collectively do something. You know what I do? When I speak to women, and when I speak to people in general, I tell them, listen, put a camera on your house. Everyone should have a camera. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't take anything for granted. I usually tell people that. They probably think, oh, he's paranoid or whatever. No, I consume a lot of true crime and the news and what goes on in the world. And I know for a fact there's a lot of bad people walking amongst us. There's a lot of good people also, but it's a lot of bad people. You don't want to come in contact with someone like that. And if you do, you need to be ready to take action. So Brianna's life is gone. We need to do more to save other women like Brianna. Women should never be in a store or anywhere by themselves. I've seen women in gas stations at night by themselves. That should never happen. This case was broad daylight. This guy's just crazy, a lunatic. But women should not be left alone. If there was someone else in the store or even another employee with her, she probably would have been alive today. Unfortunately, she was by herself. Nobody deserved to die like that. Nobody. People should be dying peacefully in their sleep at 80 or 85 or whatever. Nobody should be getting murdered in this world. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I do appreciate all the comments. As you can see, I reply to every comment. Please keep the awareness alive. Please, if you have family, if you're a female or you have female family, please talk to them to be aware, and there's certain things that they shouldn't be doing because there's just too many bad people in the world. That's it for this video. I see you guys in the next one.